Wherever you go, you shine. You need to know you shine. Anything you wanna be. 'Cause you give me hope when you shine. Wherever you go, you shine. You need to know you shine. Anything you wanna be. 'Cause you give me hope when you shine. 'Cause you give me hope when you shine.
Good morning, Unity. Good morning. She's here with us once again. Won't you please welcome our featured soloist for this morning, Miss Amy Ione.
Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but you're still searching for someone who understands the pain that you've been through. Well, the doors are locked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Yeah. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Yeah. You'll find a place of rest in the arms of spirit. God's waited so long for your homecoming day. God knows the peace you seek and the hurt you're feeling. Spirit wants to hold you and wipe your tears away. Well, the Father waits with open arms. God is calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Yeah. Well, there's room enough in the house of love for someone just like you. Oh, yeah. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Oh, oh, yeah. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. We want to give you a rousing welcome. So glad you're here. We want to shout out to our live streamers because we welcome you into our community this morning. I know Marcia and Addie are watching us because we chatted together. Some of us know exactly where we've been. We were in Cuba until yesterday. And Marcia and Addie told me that every Sunday when they aren't able to make it here, they not only watch the service, they participate right down to singing the peace song at the very end and doing the meditation together. So all you live streamers, we do appreciate you and welcome you. If you have not watched live stream when you're out and about, it's on our website, unitypompanobeach.org. So I'm Bev Spivey. I minister here with my wonderful husband, Reverend Lawrence Palmer. We welcome you today. And our musicians are led by the very able James McCoy.
Good morning. We might have to play something Cuban at some point during the service. Let's see what happens. Won't you please welcome Mr. John Rose at the piano this morning. We have Mr. Pedro Barrois at the drum set. And you met our featured soloist, Amy Ione. And we have music from the Reverend Gary Davis and from James Taylor this morning.
Oh, they say. Okay. As we start today, we know that our theme for the year is all about one humanity and many stories. And this was really brought home to those of us who spent a day and a half in Old Havana and toured the Museum of the Revolution and got their perspective on everything that had to do with the U.S. And it's just very enlightening to see other stories as we open our heart, as we open our minds, and know that each of us is part of this one great humanity. And we each have been on our own path with our own understandings. And we are here at Unity to find the commonality between all of us and the truth of our various perspectives. So within one humanity and many stories, our theme for this month is creating community, as we are very happy to do here. So won't you join me in this affirmation? I am open to a deeper understanding of spirit within all people. We are one. And let's remember our vision statement together. Centered in God, we create an ever-expanding spiritual community of one. And our mission together, we are a spiritual beacon of inspiration, abundance, and enlightenment. And let's just have some prayer together as we close our eyes and breathe into this moment, into this day, into this sharing time, in this community that we call Unity of Pompano. But it is much broader than this community, for it is connecting with every person that we touch in whatever way all during the week. And we are happy to be here with open hearts, open minds, willing and ready to be inspired by the music, the message, the fellowship, and the warm acceptance for all are in this building, are in the one great humanity, and so it is. Amen. So let's stand and sing together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is one of those songs that we like to call call and response. I'm going to be the call and you are the response. So let's sing together. From the ends of the earth, from the ends of the to the depths of the sea, from the height of the heavens, name we raise, from the hearts of the weak, from the shouts of the strong, from the lips of all people. This song we raise, we sing together. Throughout the endless ages, you will be crowned with praises, Lord, Most High. Exalted in every nation, exalted in every nation, Lord, Most High, we magnify. From the ends of the earth, the depths of the sea, the height of the heavens, your name we raise. From the hearts of the weak, from the shouts of the strong, from the lips of all people, this song we raise, Lord. Throughout the endless ages, you will be crowned with praises, Lord, Most High. Exalted in every nation, sovereign of all creation, Lord, Most High. Throughout the endless ages, you will be crowned with praises, Lord, Most High. Exalted in every nation, sovereign of all creation, Lord, Most High, we magnify.
Well, if you are here for the very first time, we want to exalt and magnify you and know that you are really welcome here. So if you would please put up your hand if it's the first time for you. All we have is a non-threatening welcome brochure to give you. So if you just put up your hand, we want to be sure you have our information. Welcome. Welcome. It's great to have you here. That leaflet has information about this Unity Center and about the Unity Movement. And of course, all that information is readily available on our website, unitypompanobeach.org. We want you to know that you are welcome to attend anything that happens here, starting with fellowship time today. There is fellowship after every service, right next door in Fellowship Hall, where we like to mingle and get to know each other a little better. So everybody feel free to come to fellowship time every week. We have prayer that's important here, and there are chaplains available to you a half hour before this Sunday service at 10:30 on Sunday mornings. The first room on the right going into Fellowship Hall is staffed by a chaplain every Sunday morning, where you may have prayer with that chaplain, or that chaplain will sit silently with you if that is your wish as well. And after the service, the chaplains will stand in the aisles and be ready to, sorry, Carmen. I've confused PowerPoint today because who knows what this is? And when do we say it?
After the prayer.
The opening prayer. I think we've missed it today.
It's okay. It's okay.
That happens. So Carmen, go ahead, please, to our prayer announcement. Just forward through that. You know, we all rely on PowerPoint, and how did they ever get along back in the day where you just came and sang and prayed, right? So here is our prayer reminder to take advantage, because Unity is very much a prayer-based service that we like to offer to the world. If you're familiar with Silent Unity, it's a 24/7 prayer line that you can call in anytime with a live person to pray with you, even during those nighttime awakenings. It's 1-800-NOW-PRAY. Okay, next we have just a few announcements for you. Leadership meeting today. All of our ministry leaders gather every first Sunday of the month. Next we have book club. And this is our week to meet with book club in the prayer chapel at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. And on Tuesday night, I hope many of you will come out for this class, which I am facilitating. It's called Crucial Conversations, and there isn't a one of us who hasn't had at least 100 crucial conversations. They're easy to spot, because those are the things that went sour when we weren't expecting it. And you have that feeling either of what happened, what did I say, what did I do, what happened here. There are tools to use to be on our best heartfelt expression when we are in any kind of conversation. And I'm learning as I've been preparing for this class that we have grown up in a certain culture, training, that treats the expression of feelings in a way that may be different from what we're truly intending to express. So come on out. If you go to the website, you can register. We ask that you do register ahead of time. If not, you will be registering at class because we put everything on our database registration now. You may come for $10 a night at your own pace. Those that know they want to take all 7 nights or at least 6, would you please prepay? It's $60 if you pay for the 7 nights all at once. And all of that you can do online. There is a form that you link onto right from our homepage. And we encourage everybody to go ahead and get your books for that class. There's a lot to learn, I think, for me anyway. I've learned a lot, am learning a lot as I prepare for this. Next, we want to remind all of the women that our Unity Women's Retreat is coming up at the end of March. If you have been wanting to invite someone, today is the day to do that inviting. It's also the day to please make your final payments. We have to send our payment in, and more than that, our numbers into the Duncan Center with roommates and food specifications and things like that. So it's time now to make your final payments. If you would like to use your credit card to make your final payment, you may do that on our website at unitypompanobeach.org. When it opens up, right across the top menu is a donate button. If you take your time with that donate button and you click the drop-down menu, it says general offering, but if you click the drop-down menu, there is a choice you can make for the women's retreat. And that way it'll go right into the website, fund, and we will be notified that you're paid in full. If you want to give cash or a check, you may do that as well, right here in our office. Becky will be in the office after the service. So thanks everybody, and I believe that concludes our announcements. Let's stand and greet each other.
And when the Cuban music stops, we all sit back down. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. My name is Alexia Houchins, and I've been attending this church for about 2.5 years now, and I just wanted to come up today and speak to you about what unity has really meant to me in my life. So I had a death in the family about 2.5 years ago that caused me to want to reconnect to spirit, to myself, find a good community to support me through my healing. And so I walked through these doors and really found a great place where not only was I supported in what I was going through, but I was really encouraged to question my beliefs, to question, just question life, and to get the answers and find them myself. And I also found a place where I could rethink and reframe spiritual concepts and ideas that I had learned since I was really, really little. And that's been great, to be able to learn and to embrace that which, the truth that's already within me, and discover new truths as well. And in unity, you'll hear a phrase where we say, I think we say it like this: unity, it's like coming home. And it really is true for me. I've found it's a way to come home to myself and the truths within me, to come home to the divine within me, as well as to come home to a really supportive community. Here I have found people who are welcoming, who are open-hearted and genuine, who really take the time to get to know each other, to support each other through challenges, but also to celebrate wins and successes with each other. I have participated and been enriched by a lot of events here. I've taken the SEE classes that Bev mentioned, and they've really enriched my life, my faith life, but also how I be in the world. I've attended the Tuesday night summer socials, the Labor Day picnic we had, the Celebration of Love ceremony, and also some of the women's group events, and that's been really enriching for me. I've felt like I could connect with people on a deeper level and really help to not only receive the community support, but also be supportive to other people. So I tend to be someone who jumps right in, who reaches out to other people and speaks up. But if for some reason that's not you, and you're someone who is more introverted, I really encourage you to just join one thing outside of this Sunday service, to just allow yourself to connect. And you may find yourself able to meet some new old friends. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alexia. So I'm Carmela Garone. Good morning. I am so blessed and honored to serve here in a number of capacities. I am a prayer chaplain, just started that, and I'm so excited to be able to do that. I serve as an usher, which I also love to do, and greet all of you. And I'm on the board, so I am so lucky to do all those things here. So today's daily word is wholeness. I am a whole and healthy expression of spirit. Appearances are temporary impressions and not an accurate picture of who I am. If I am facing a health challenge, I bless my body for the restorative powers that have their source within me, in the life of God. Despite any outer appearances, wholeness and strength of mind are the truth of me. I am a product of divine life, and I connect with this spiritual essence through prayer and meditation. In moments of quiet reflection, I turn within to this inner wellspring of healing and feel the energizing flow of God's perfect life in and through my body. This life is continually flowing, bringing health and healing to every part of my being. My heart beats with the rhythm and harmony of God. My cells vibrate with the energy of life. And today's scripture is, "Then your light shall break forth like the dawn, and your healing shall spring up quickly." Isaiah 58:8. Thank you.
Right now, as the prayer chest comes forward, we'd like to begin a time of prayer and meditation by singing together, I'm at peace. I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will. I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will. I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. And I dwell in the presence of the Lord.
I invite you to find that very comfortable and familiar position for your body. And very quickly and easily settle into that position. Allow your body to be still. Allow your mind to be still. Allow your heart to be still. As I was sitting there a moment ago, for some reason, this old Baptist hymn ran through my mind of, come home, come home. We find this place to be home. I invite you to allow yourself to feel that right now. To think it, of course, but allow yourself to feel it. Come home, come home. And that is your heart. That place where your humanness and the Spirit meet. The place where all is well, where all is complete, all is whole. So with your body at ease and your mind at ease and your awareness free to commune with Spirit in that place that we call home, allow this time to be yours. It may be a time of profound stillness, or it may be a time of colors and sound and images. It is your time. Let it be that. So we allow our awareness to play with Spirit, to be with Spirit. We allow our awareness to sink into the very depths of our heart and there be present, fully present, safely, completely. And let us do so now together. Now as you prepare to move your awareness back to your body, back to this space and this time, you know that even an instant during which your awareness is immersed in that deep of your heart, that healing and transformation take place. And you know that you can bring with you into your body, your heart, your mind, the essence of this experience in the stillness. And in this coming week, as you choose to, you can simply take a moment and recall this time and be blessed all over again. So with a deep sense of gratitude for this experience together in the stillness, I invite you to take a deep, slow breath in through your nose and hold it for a moment. And exhale slowly through your mouth. And when you're ready, open your eyes and we will sing together, Alleluia.
Alleluia. Alleluia. Alleluia. Alleluia. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Alleluia, 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 alleluia.
You can play the game, you can act the part, even though it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take a sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. You just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. All I really mean is say, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. You cannot hide. This is why they know what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it begin to ease. It's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna turn out fine. things are gonna be much better if we only will. Shower the people you love with love. Oh, show them the way that you feel. One more time. Shower the people you love with love. Yeah. Show them the way that you feel. They say in every life, yeah, they say the rain must fall. Oh, yeah. Just like the pouring rain, make it rain, make it rain, love, 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 sunshine, yeah. Make it rain, oh, love, 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 sunshine, yeah. Everybody, everybody, sunshine, oh yeah, make it rain, sunshine. Things are gonna turn out right if you only will. Thank you.
How many, Ron? 85, 89? I'm not sorry. 58. Ministerially speaking, 100. 58 of us went on a cruise to Havana, Cuba. We had a wonderful time. It was wonderful to learn about the people of Cuba and the history of Cuba, that which the United States really shouldn't be proud of at all. But it was a great time, and being together and sharing the time as a community was really good. And I did bring one souvenir back with me, just one. I have preached with no socks on. I will not preach with a hat on. Now, as you learned earlier, this month is about community and what that really means for us. There's an academic branch or discipline that deals with community called community studies. It engages the area of anthropology and sociology and ethnology and brings it all together and looking at what community is really all about. I'll give you a couple of technical definitions of community. One is a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common, such as a scientific community or a religious community or a spiritual community. Also, a group of people living together in one place, especially one practicing common ownership. Any of you ever had the experience of living in a commune? That surprises me. Or a kibbutz, as it's called in Israel, where people come together and share everything. And we find an example of that in the Bible. When Paul began his ministry, there were some churches who, when they started considering that Jesus might return, they decided they'd just get together and live, be happy together till Jesus came back. They didn't really plan to do it forever, so it didn't last forever. That is often the case with communes, but there are attempts to do that anyway. Now, one of the things that I found in my research that happens with community studies, this discipline that really looks at communities, is they kind of get the cart before the horse. Because there's a great deal of research around how communities include and exclude people, who gets on the bus. And next week I'll be speaking about the they and them of community. Community studies also looks at what happens when they get on the bus. How does community operate? How does it work? And we'll be looking at 2 weeks from today as we talk about the we of community. But that, I think, is the cart before the horse, because what is really, really important to me, what is crucial about community, are the individuals that make up community. A community doesn't just suddenly go poof and pop into existence. A community is a conglomeration, an amalgam of individuals. And it is the nature of the individual that determines the nature of the community. If you have a community that is built around hate, it is not the community that is hating, it's the individuals within the community that hold that hate. If you have a community that's built around fear, it is not the community that is afraid, it's the individuals who are part of that community that bring the fear and come together and propagate that. And this can happen on a small scale or a huge scale. And I don't want to get into politics now, but again, from our experience in Cuba and learning about how communism did work and didn't work there, and how our government participated in that to some degree or another, we can see that it can work on a huge scale. But it is, when it comes down to the essence of the experience, it is the individuals that determine the nature of the community. So I think it's really important for us to look at this matter of the individuals in the community. What does it mean that we're part of community as individuals? Now, if we have an individual who is feeling afraid, what kind of people are they going to find in their life, in their everyday world? They're going to find people who are afraid. And those people are going to find some more people, and those people are going to find some more people, and they're going to get together, and they're going to create a community that perpetuates that fear. And it may get very, 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 very big. And the same thing, take any example you want to. Find somebody who's really, really happy and joyful. What kind of people they're going to hang around with? Happy, joyful people. They're going to get together, form a community, and the community is going to perpetuate happiness and joy. That's just the nature of the way it works. So let's look at what it means in a spiritual community about the individuals who are part of it. Now, I shared a sermon with you about this time last year about the 4 things that you cannot do. And this is something that I believe wholeheartedly for myself, and I believe it wholeheartedly for you as well. The first thing is that you can't fail. I really believe, and you don't have to agree with this, and be wrong if you want to. But I firmly believe that I am here to provide experience for the great mind, the one mind, that from the source from which we came. So every experience I have, whether it's good or bad, every experience I have, whether it's considered successful or a failure in life, out in the world, can't be a failure because the experience is registered in the great mind, the Creator, the source from which we came. So we cannot fail in life. We might, humanly speaking, we might not reach a goal that we set. We might not live up to someone else's expectations, but in spiritual truth, we cannot fail. Now, if you believe that, what kind of people are you going to start bumping into in the world? People who believe that they can't fail. You see where this is going, don't you? The second thing I believe firmly about myself, and I believe about you as an individual, is that you cannot die. Humanly speaking, death is pretty much a part of our experience, but spiritually speaking, there is no death. There is no end to things. So we know that we cannot die in truth. If you don't believe you can die, what kind of people are you going to run into? What kind of people are you going to hang out with? People who don't think they can die either. And that's pretty powerful. We also know that we cannot be alone. Now, you may feel alone. There may be times when your humanness is feeling alone, but in truth, you cannot be alone because we are one with Spirit. Never can we be alone. All by yourself on a desert island in the middle of the ocean. You may be humanly, physically alone, but you cannot be spiritually alone. And if you believe that you cannot be alone, what kind of people are you going to bump into and find yourself hanging out with? People who believe that as well. And the last thing that I really believe that you and I cannot do is that we cannot be separate from Spirit. We cannot be separate from Source. We are one in truth, despite all the appearances of the physical. In truth, in spirit, in that which lasts when everything else is gone, we cannot be separate from that source. Now that's pretty powerful stuff. If you know that you can't die, if you know that you can't fail, if you know that you can't be alone, and you know that you can't be separate from source, and a couple of us get together, that's pretty powerful, isn't it? And then 3 or 4 of us get together, and then a whole house full of us get together that believe that, and that is a powerful mixture. Because what comes out of that, what gets perpetuated by that community, are those very things that we believe. And a group of people empowered and believing that they can't fail can change the world, don't you think? A group of people who believe that they can't die, so there's no really reason to be afraid, can change the world. A group of people who believe that you cannot be alone and that you cannot be separate from Spirit. That group of people can change the world because that's what gets perpetuated in that community. Now, if we believe those things, we come into community with a different mindset altogether. Many communities are based on I have a need and I expect you to fill it. And I'm going to become a part of this community so you can fill my need. You can fill up this hole that's in me. And that, it works in the world. You get a bunch of people who feel like this and they sit around and they expect everybody to fill their need. And there's enough dysfunction in the world that works to a point. You want to be a part of that? I don't. That's okay. They're on the path. But when we come together with the belief in those things that I just mentioned, it sets the tone of that community. And it determines where that community goes. Now, we realize that we are human, part of us at least. And in our humanness, we're still growing. We're still developing. We're still learning. We're still expanding. Our consciousness is raising, all those things we talked about. We're not quite perfect in the human yet, and that's okay because we know the truth of the rest of it. We know that all of these things about ourselves are true. We know that we are marvelous, magnificent, amazing creatures, all of us. Now, the world's going to tell you that you're broken, that you need fixing, that you're not worth it, that you're shameful, all of those things, but we know that is not true. We are marvelous, amazing, magnificent creatures. And when a bunch of us that believe that get together, something good's got to happen, So what we're able to do, because we believe these things as individuals and we come together and that gets magnified, when we come together, what we can say is, I have something to give. I am a magnificent, marvelous, amazing creature, and I have something to give. I can't fail, and I can't die, and I can't be alone, and I can't be separate from Source, and I have something to give. What happens when you get a house full of people who believe that? If everybody's giving, somebody's bound to receive something, and that happens. What I found in reality, when you really look at this dynamic, people who are willing to give actually receive more than people who are demanding that their needs be filled. Think about it. Think about what happens when somebody's demanding that their need gets filled. Somebody's going to fill it grudgingly. Somebody's going to fill it just to get you to shut up. And that's not a good thing for anybody. But if we go into an experience, if we go into a community saying, I have something to give, I'm willing to give and I'm willing to receive, the energy flows in a beautiful, wonderful, natural kind of way. So when we come back to understand as the I, as the individual, all of these things are true about me, and I step into community saying, I have something to give, something wonderful happens. When I step into a relationship with one of you, and the two of us find two more, and the four of us find four more, and the 8 of us find 8 more, on and on it goes. It multiplies geometrically because of the energy that is a part of that experience. That's community. That's healthy community. As Alexia mentioned earlier, so many people use that phrase that this feels like home. Like home. That's because it's a healthy community. That's because of the consciousness of the individuals that come here. We don't bring people in and say, here, I'm going to drive this into your head and I'm going to make you part of the community. There are other communities who do that. We don't. It's an invitation. Here's what our community looks like because of the individuals that are part of it. We don't have some dogma driving our community. We have the bringing together of hearts and souls who are like-minded. That creates the community, and we are part of that which is bigger than we are. On January 20th, 1961, our newly elected president, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, spoke the now immortal words, "And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." And that's what happens in a healthy spiritual community, that an individual comes in not saying, oh, I need, but I realize who I am and what I am, and I have something to give. In the process, there will be receiving. In the process of giving, there will be growth. In the process of sharing, there will be expansion of consciousness. Ask not that your needs be filled, but ask, whose need can I fill? What can I give? And that's the essential nature of a healthy community. And that happens because of the I, because of the individual of the community. And everyone who comes here has a choice to participate in that way, to be a part of what happens here that is so amazing and so transformative in our world today. Here we are, individuals. We cannot fail. We cannot die. We cannot be alone. We cannot be separate from Source. And we are marvelous, magnificent, amazing creatures. And every one of us has something to give. Welcome to community. God bless you.
We look out at you, every week from this platform, and it is such a joy to see the variety of people and stories, all the things that brought us together. We value this place, and we hope you do too. We thank you for the many things you give. We have such a high rate of volunteerism here. Probably close to 100%, because I feel if any one of you were asked specifically, you would say yes. But there are many who just say, how can I help? What can I give? And you serve in our volunteer committees. So we thank you for that. We thank you for your attendance. It's wonderful when we have a full house and the energy goes up and up. And we thank you for your financial giving. Unity churches throughout the world are not supported by anyone, but there are folks that come and give. So we hope that you will place the value on this community very high on the things you give to every month. Those of us who believe in the giving and receiving flow know to write out that tithing check to our community first. And then it's amazing how the rest of the month falls into place. So thank you for your gifts. Let's hold them and bless them together now. With a grateful heart, I acknowledge God as source of all that is. Today, I declare love for myself and all others. Love is mine. Love and more love is mine. And ever increasing love is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this love. I feel it, I experience it, I freely give it, and it multiplies itself around me. And so it is. Amen.
Since we're talking about community, there's a little song called Let Us Get Together Right Down Here. It's literally that easy to say and sing, so please sing along. All right, like this.
Let us get together right down here. Let us get together right down here. Let us get together right down here. Oh, let us get together right down here. Let us walk together right down here. Let us walk together right down here. Let us walk together right down here. Oh, let us walk together right down here. Let us pray 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 together right down here. Come on. Let us go together right down here. 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 Let us love each other right down here. Let us love each other right down here. Let us love each other right down here. Oh, let us love together right down
All right. Well, as we get ready to go out into the community and take our community with us, there's lots of opportunities to be together during the week. If you haven't yet been to book club, anybody's welcome to come to that, whether you've read the book or not. It's a great reminder of, yes, we still read. And of course, I'd love to see all of you Tuesday night. We have 100 chairs in Fellowship Hall, so come on out. We can do it. Let's get ready now and prepare our hearts for prayer with chaplains. There are 6 or 7 of them here ready today. Radiance and Nick Satterfield, and we have Dina, Ron. Over here is Bob, Olga, and Cynthia. Each one of them would love to share a prayer with you, so take advantage of our prayer time. And let's stand now and bless each other with our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other, perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment, peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Oh. God bless you, everyone. Have a great week. Psalm 1, 2, now. 1, 1, 1.